deck kills very quickly, obviously.
Yes.
And it tries not to interact with its opponent very much. And here's a deck that can't interact.
Speaking of not interacting with your opponent, Adam Prosak is playing Ant, which I think we all know has been doing really well in the Open Series.
Yes.
And Adam Prosak is a very good player. He's pretty much a master with it, I would say.
Yeah, he's basically figured this deck out. Between playing at the last Invitational, making top 8 with it there. He's played it a ton online when he streams, with a lot of forums and daily events. He's written a couple articles about it, and people have actually just been playing his deck list card for card. I know that Grant Wilkinson, when he did win in Kansas City, just played his 75 and talked about it in his winter interview, just how much he's like, Prosak list is fantastic, does everything I want to be doing right now. And now we're going to be underway here, so you're going to see Adam Prosak start off with a Gataxian Probe. We're going to see a Nettle Sentinel, an Elvish Visionary, Green Sun Zenith, Wirewood Symbiote, Gaia's Cradle, another Nettle Sentinel, and a Verdant Catacomb. So this is a pretty good hand, except for not having a Glimpse in an Acer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid hand against any deck that can't kill you on turn 0.
Yeah.
And for those of you unfamiliar with what Ant can actually do, or maybe new to Legacy, Ant is basically a deck that uses a lot of cantrips and ritual effects to generate this mass effect of spells to fuel a lethal Tendrils of Agony, which is a storm card that can do makes the opponent lose 2 life, and you gain 2 life, and has the storm ability, which gets cast for every spell you cast this turn.
Yeah.
So very powerful deck. Has cards like Infernal Tutor, which can keep fueling the combo. So can win very quickly, especially if it's not disrupted, which Caleb really can't do. Caleb's deck is a similar combo deck where it just doesn't disrupt its opponent; it just tries to win as fast as possible. But it's a little slower than Ant.
Yeah, it's more resilient.
More resilient.
It's more durable, yes. But it can fight through disruption a little bit better. But it is nowhere near as fast as Ant is. Prosak definitely has the speed advantage here. As you do see Preordain, he's going to put a Preordain on the bottom. He's going to take a Cabal Ritual and pass the turn back. This is a deck, again, that can kill on turn 1. It can kill very easily on turn 2 and frequently kills on turn 3.
Yeah. Yeah, turn 3 is pretty much the standard Goldfish turn.
Yeah.
It does have the ability to win on turn 1 or turn 2. But again, turn 3 is the standard Goldfish draw. And with Caleb not being able to really unlikely to be able to kill on turn 2, especially with this draw.
Yeah.
I mean, his deck is capable of that.
Absolutely.
But in general, it's a similar turn 3, turn 4 kind of Goldfish deck. And being on the draw in this matchup in particular, kind of a little behind right now.
Yeah, so we do see a Nettle Sentinel here from him. Adam is going to draw a card. He draws a Lion's Eye Diamond. You do see a Lotus Petal in his hand as well. You see him bringing forward a Ponder. Might need to manipulate a little bit more to get set up for next turn.
Yeah, but he's in pretty good position right now because he does have the Infernal Tutor and enough ritual effects to sort of fuel to cast an Infernal Tutor and search for an Ad Nauseam and then cast the Ad Nauseam. So it looks like he has enough ritual effects there to get going.
So you're going to see him play a Ponder. He's playing Lion's Eye Diamond. So here we go. It's
all
time
right. So we're
to
going
do some
for
counting.
it.
Lotus Petal is going to come into play. Storm up to 3. We're going to see a Dark Ritual here off the Gemstone Mine. As Caleb's going to take a look at that, we're going to bring it up for you guys.
It's my favorite art, Dark Ritual.
Oh,
the
is
Urza
it?
Saga.
Oh,
yes.
okay. That's a little fun fact. All of them add 3 black mana.
Yeah, but it's a very good picture. It is a dark ritual.
Oh, okay.
And it's a picture of an altar with someone clearly dying on it.
Well, we'll see if we can bring up that Urza Saga Dark Ritual for our friends at home.
Gemstone Mine, though, again, a land that taps for any color of mana with no painful drawback like losing a life, but you lose a counter. You only have 3 activations of it.
Sure.
But again, with a deck like Ant, you're not going to be using it very much.
Sure.
So, and there's that dark. Look at it. There's even a vial of blood pouring out of it. What a great artwork!
Yes.
back when Magic was very dark. There's some very dark artwork back in our early days.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on over here with maybe a bit of a judge's call on the Gemstone Mine. Not quite sure what's going on. We'll figure it out momentarily. But we see Adam going off here. You see the storm count with the Ponder is 1, Lion's Eye Diamonds 2, Lotus Petals 3, Dark Ritual is going to be number 4. You see the other Dark Ritual in his hand, Cabal Ritual, Infernal Tutor. It looks like he's just going to go for the kill right now.
Yeah,
it looks like he just has the kill.
Because again, this is a Storm deck, so if you're going to start casting spells like Lion's Eye Diamond and Lotus Petal, it means you're going for it.
Yes.
Because you can cast those spells at any time. So. All right, so a little miscommunication there. So it looks like we're going to be continuing to move ahead.
Yeah, looks like everything's.
It looks like maybe he was considering whether or not Gemstone Mine's a trigger.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. But it says when it comes into play.
Yeah.
It comes with the counter. So there's no triggering of putting the counters on there. As you're going to see another Dark Ritual. Adam's got his dies for his mana and everything. Storm count's going to go to 5. Lotus Petal's going to sacrifice here.
So he's 6 mana. Now, oh wow. So Now he's going to go up to 9 mana, I believe, because he does have Threshold.
Yep.
So now he can actually cast Infernal Tutor. He has no cards in his hand, so he can just search for anything he wants, basically.
So Cabal Ritual with Hellbent, the mechanic back then for Rakdos, no cards in your hand. With Infernal Tutor, you just get Demonic Tutor, search for any card in your deck, which is what he's going to do here. Is he does crack Lion's Eye Diamond in response. Make sure you can add that mana there, not to discard his hand. We'll see if he's going to search for Ad Nauseam, or if he's going to search for Tender. He's going to search for Past in Flames and go for the kill this way. So he floated red mana off of that. Past in Flames, a card that we'll bring up for you guys as well. This is the overcosted but more flexible Yawgmoth's Will. He's going to play a bunch of spells from his graveyard and then to kill him, and Adam shows him a Tendrils of Agony, and Caleb scoops it up as he knows he is a huge underdog in game 1.
Yeah, and again, he knows, he's familiar with Adam Prosak, he knows how well he plays his deck, knows that there's unlikely to be any mistakes, so.
How do you think it feels when you play a tournament Gataxian Probe and you see your opponent is playing Elves and you're playing Storm?
It's the best feeling
in the world. It's literally just the best feeling in the world. Yeah. He just has like all forest Gaia's Cradles, you're just going, oh baby. All right, at my leisure then.
Yeah. The only better feeling would be if you cast a Gataxian Probe and your opponent revealed a hand of 7 Elvish Norns. That's probably the only better, it's the only time you'd ever feel any better.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah.
As we're going to take a look at Caleb's sideboard here, I mean, he's got a lot of different one-ofs and stuff like that. You can sideboard into a lot of different cards because he has Natural Order, because he has Green Sun Zenith. Some of the cards are relevant, some of them aren't. The cards that are relevant in his sideboard, however, 3 copies of Cabal Therapy, 2 copies of Mindbreak Trap, and there are situations where the copies of Abrupt Decay could be useful. He also has 1 Scavenging Ooze in his deck as well. Scavenging Ooze, he can interact with Adam's Graveyard if he's on the Past in Flame skill, mess with Threshold for Cabal Rituals. I'm not sure if Adam has Rite of Flame in his deck, but he can mess with those. Doesn't look like he does. He's never really been partial to the red mana, those red mana rituals. So those are the cards that he does have. He also has 2 copies of Surgical Extraction as well, which should come in. And Caleb has plenty of cards to sideboard out there, plenty of Elves that are just too slow or bad in this matchup, and he has to focus his deck to have these disruption cards and then be able to combo Adam quickly. So that's just a pretty easy look at it there.
And Adam's deck, Ant is a deck similar to Dredge, where you don't really want to dilute the power. You're so powerful game 1, you don't really want to dilute it after board with a lot of cards. So he does have certain cards for, he has 4 copies of Abrupt Decay, which you need against counterbalance, basically.
Absolutely.
He has 1 Karakas, which can come in against Show and Tell, 1 Massacre, which generally comes in against Maverick. 3 copies of Carpet of Flowers, which generally come in against, blue-based decks with a lot of permission spells. 2 Chain of Vapors, kind of catch-all spells, which deal with permanents like Leyline of Sanctity. 2 Ignorant Bliss, 1 Tropical Island to help with the Carpet of Flowers. He also has 1 Cabal Therapy. Again, none of these cards that great against Elves, or he doesn't really need them. His matchup's so good against Elves, and generally the cards that he would expect Elves to bring in are cards like Mindbreak Trap, maybe Cabal Therapy if they're splashing black. But again, you're not really going to be bringing in cards to counteract Elves' sideboard plan. Maybe 1 Cabal Therapy.
Yep.
But
maybe that's about it.
Yeah,
right?
but even then, Adam has 4 copies of Duress, so I really don't think he has 2 copies of Cabal Therapy in his main to go along with with our very good with Gataxian Probe. So I don't see Adam doing that much after board in this matchup. I think he's pretty much saying my deck's so good against you game 1. Your game plan is going to be try to bring in cards like Mindbreak Trap to try to and Surgical Extraction to try to stop me. And I have 6 discard spells in my main deck, along with Gataxian Probe. You can just tell me, is the path clear? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Do you have one of your sideboard cards? Nope. Because if you don't have your sideboard cards, you have no chance of stopping me.
Absolutely. And he's got a lot of ways, as you said, to check to make sure the path is clear between Probe, Duress, and Cabal Therapy. Just needs just to check really quickly, and then if the coast is clear, all systems go, as we saw last game.
Yeah, it's one of those decks where, and we talked about this before the tournament started, where if you're really comfortable with it, like Adam obviously is, and you play it a lot, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
It's very, very powerful. And again, if you want to beat Ant, you can beat Ant.
Absolutely.
There are ways you can really go after
Plenty
it.
of cards.
That's why it sort of fluctuates. Some weekends it's great, some weekends it's not so good. I think people generally, though, they kind of ignore Ant's success, thinking that, okay, even though it does well, a lot of people still aren't going to play it just because it's so hard to play.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't think you're ever going to see people have too many hate cards against Ant, because 1, the format's incredibly diverse. You can't devote too many sideboard slots to it. And 2, you're just not going to expect to play it maybe once, maybe twice throughout a tournament.
I think twice at the most.
Yeah,
honestly. And I think that would even be like kind of a weird situation, like an abnormality. where you actually play against 2 Ant decks in like the same tournament, like especially 8 rounds of Legacy. Like coming into this tournament, I know that I would not expect to play against Ant, even though it did win back-to-back opens, as you said. This is a deck that not a lot of people play. It's not a deck that someone's gonna, when they're deciding what they want to play Legacy, they're gonna, I'm gonna play Ant. That's easy. I can figure that out real quick, and we'll call it a weekend.
You just can't. It's not a deck you can pick up.
Yeah.
The night before. You just can't. You need to practice with it. You need to not only do you need to practice with it, you need to practice against certain matchups. But you just can't goldfish with it. It feels like one of the decks that you can just goldfish with. But the thing is, you have to know, okay, well, what if my opponent has like a Mind Break trap plan after board? What if my opponent tries to bring in Leyline of Sanctity? Like, you have to figure out what you're going to do after board against all these different strategies that people employ against you. And that's the thing. Even though it is a goldfish deck, there's a lot of things you have to figure out what you're going to do after board. Like, what is my plan going to be? Yeah,
not even that. I mean, there's also just becoming familiar with having to play around a card as simple as Daze or Spell Pierce or Force of Will, because that's something you need to know how to do as well. And of course, there are Cabal therapies in this deck, so you need to know how to what to name, what's important, when to actually cast those cards. It's not a very easy thing to do. Adam has basically trained himself in learning how to do it. He wanted to. He's someone that we saw play a lot of counterbalance. Over the past couple of years. Loves a Brainstorm, loves a Sensei's Divine Top, loves a Counterbalance. Didn't love how it was positioned once a Brotike got released. Figured that card would make its way into the format, have a huge effect, as it has, kind of pushing Counterbalance out, and so he decided, I want to learn to play an unfair deck. When I talk with Adam, one of the things he always kind of gives me crap for is that I like to play super fair decks in Legacy. I love Goblins. I like to try to play an unfair deck that folds the Forcible in Belcher. I just like to do those things. He's like, why don't you just learn how to play Storm? I'm just like, I'm too dumb to learn how to play Storm. It's too hard. I don't have the hours to put in to do that. And Adam has taken the time to do that, and now you see it translate into a lot of success.
Yeah, and I really like that plan too, because if I was getting into Legacy, I would consider just saying, okay, this deck is probably the most broken combo deck. I'm just going to learn how to play it inside and out and just keep playing it.
Yes.
Like, just commit to playing it over and over again. You will eventually probably win a tournament because
there will be frustrations along the way. You're going to lose because you make your own mistakes, and that's certainly frustrating, without question. But you can't let that frustration get to you, because once you get over that hurdle and you learn the ins and outs of this deck, it's going to translate into a lot of success. As you see, Caleb is going to take a mulligan to 5 here, looking for presumably Cabal Therapy or Mind Break Trap. He has 3 therapies and 2 traps. So
yeah, and this is really unfortunate for Caleb, because after board, his deck is so much more vulnerable to mulliganing because of the fact that it's much more diluted. Like, he's not nearly as powerful because he's bringing in sideboard cards. He's not as capable of getting those really insane turn 2, turn 3 Glimpse draws. Because again, he has cards like Surgical Extraction and Mind Break Trap to draw that kind of like dilute the deck a little bit. But again, his deck is still powerful. He's on the play, so he still has a chance.
Yeah, I mean, certainly not impossible.
No.
The interesting thing about the Storm deck as well, obviously you've run deep into some tournaments before. I know that, I've run deep into some tournaments before. I sit next to, when you're at the top tables, you're kind of looking around, see what you might be playing against. You might be kind of identify that one deck or one person you're just like, no, I don't want any part of that. And so, maybe Caleb is sitting at the top tables this weekend. He sees Prosak playing Storm, and he's just going, I hope I dodge this, over the course of the weekend. And then you see the pairings of the future match gets announced, and your just heart sinks a little bit. All right, stepped on the landmine. What can you do?
And it's funny. It's like Ant won the last 2 opens. Everyone knows about it. It's a deck that's been around for a while, but you still have people saying, "Oh yeah, I can't beat Ant. It's a tough matchup for me." It's the way it is.
As Caleb is going to keep his 5, he's going to sacrifice Verdant Catacombs, play Green Sun Zenith for 0. So here's going to come a Dryad Arbor, and we're going to see what land he's going to get with that Catacombs. Probably a Bayou, but we'll see if he wants to get a Forest. And it is going to be the non-basic.
You're probably safe from Wasteland and Blood Moon in this matchup, so might as well just go for the duel.
Green Sun Zenith, the card that is currently banned in Modern. They've deemed it too powerful. I think maybe just because of the interaction, being able to search for Dryad Arbor, and then being able to draw another one and be able to search for some other green cards in your deck, play some Silver Bullets and stuff like that. Super powerful card.
Yeah, very powerful.
We saw it be very good in the Maverick decks last year.
Cheap tutor effects. Cheap tutor effects are just too good.
Dangerous. Yeah. Dangerous. Especially this one puts it right into play.
Yeah. Just a little update on our other feature match. Michael Hetrick and Reed Duke, 2 Moto superstars battling it out, and Michael Hetrick is up 1 game.
So now we see a Duress. Caleb faces up that hand. You see a Misty Rainforest, you see a Wirewood Symbiote, and you see a Birchlow Ranger. So Duress is going to miss. Adam is basically just trying to fade a draw step here. As if the cards line up right, he can just go for it. Next turn, you see a giant grin on his face. Duressing there and seeing where the coast is clear yet again. I mean, when he probed game 1, you see you're playing at Selves. Game 2, you see the coast is clear off that Duress. all systems go.
Yeah,
if
one
he
of the
can.
one of the few times you're actually okay with missing with the duress.
Yeah. And now we're going to see Caleb play Misty Rainforest. He's going to sacrifice.
Might as well tap with that Dryad Arbor.
Depends on how he wants to lay out his turn. It looks like he wants to go with the Elvish
Oh,
Visionary.
wow, okay.
So he's going to start with Elvish Visionary. He thought about maybe sacrificing a land as he draws another Misty Rainforest. Looks like maybe he wanted to consider thinning his deck before drawing a card.
Yeah.
Increase the likelihood that he does draw a Mindbreak Trap or something like that.
So First Law Ranger is going to allow him to empty his hand basically this turn, which again is good news for Adam because he doesn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. And so we'll see how Adam's cards do line up here. You do see, I think, a Gataxian Probe over there, some other cards that you're going to see Caleb search out of Bayou. Play the Birch Lore Rangers. You said be able to empty his hand, put Wirewood Symbiote into play as Birch Lore Rangers. Tap 2 elves, add a color of mana.
And looks like he's going to untap.
Look at that. Big turn. Big turn.
Very tricky.
Untaps the Dryad Arbor to replay the Birch Lore Rangers. Caleb showing him who's the boss. As we're going to see a Gataxian Probe here from Adam with Phyrexian mana.
You'd imagine Adam probably going for it this turn.
As he does draw an Abrupt Decay. We'll see what he's got over there. I think we see another probe. It doesn't look like all systems are go yet here for Adam.
Oh, wow, yeah, he doesn't have any comment. I'm surprised he would have just cast or maybe he just wants to draw.
He's going to play a Gataxian Probe, yeah, just to cycle. You're going to see him hit a Brainstorm. You see multiple Lotus Petals over there as well, so he is just getting things set up. He's going to play a Lotus Petal.
I would imagine he's... Oh, okay, he wants an Abrupt Decay.
Sure.
In case there's...
just in case anything happens, yeah.
He knows there's only a land in Caleb's hand. Let me just play a little safe here.
Now Caleb does draw a Llanowar Elf, so not able to find a Cabal Therapy or a Mindbreak Trap yet. Now we're going to see an Abrupt Decay there on the Wirewood Symbiote. Looks like it's going to be in the draw step.
Yeah, and again, I don't think he doesn't want Caleb to be able to keep drawing cards with Elvish Visionary.
Yeah.
Give him a couple more draw steps.
Yeah, well, part of the reason that Elves started...
get one out of it.
Part of the reason that Elves started to surface around Grand Prix Denver, we saw Matt Nass and Luis Scott Vargas have a pretty good weekend with that deck, is because its ability to be able to beat Jund and Bug in the Abrupt Decay decks. Just their ability to just start that loop with Wirewood Symbiote and Elvish Visionary. A lot of combo decks can't beat Himatorak. This one can because it can recoup those cards through that combo and just play a much more drawn-out game. And so that's part of the reason you saw Elves become a combo deck that people went to. As you said earlier, it's not as fast as a Storm or as a Belcher, but it is more resilient.
Yes. Multiple ways to attack you. Can generate just a bunch of threats on the board really quickly. Glimpse of Nature, a great card-drawing engine.
It's this interesting deck because it has an Oops I Win draw on turn 2 that it's capable of, but at the same time it can certainly win on turn 3, turn 4. It can also just play this normal game of attacking you, which is why you find cards like Craterhoof Behemoth in the deck list. You find cards like Natural Order in the deck list. There's a Progenitus in Caleb's sideboard. As you said, it has a lot of different angles of attack, a lot of different things it can do.
Yeah, it's just not a fair deck.
Yeah.
And in a format where you have a bunch of fair decks running around like Jund and Stoneblade, the unfair decks like Elves are going to show up and just take advantage.
As we do see a Brainstorm here from Adam. You see a couple Dark Rituals in his hand. You see him doing the math right now. You see an Infernal Tuner in his hand. I think there's a Lion's Eye Diamond as well. So he needs to just figure out what he wants to put back, how much mana he can generate, and if he can go for it right now. And you see him, the gears are turning right now.
I think he definitely wants to go for it. He wants to get the... because it looks like he has enough mana now if he wants to. Although, if he's considering keeping the Duress, he might be he's still concerned that maybe Caleb drew a Mindbreak Trap.
Yeah, I mean, right now Adam's not under any pressure, so he can play it a little bit slow. I mean, it's at 15. You know, he can make sure, as you're going to see a Dark Ritual here, that nothing bad happens, basically.
Yeah. If you have enough mana, why not just go use Duress?
Yeah, and now you're going to see a Duress from Adam. He just wants to make sure that nothing horrible goes wrong. Caleb shows him a Misty Rainforest. Duress resolves. Now you're going to see Adam play a Lion's Eye Diamond. He has plenty of cards in his graveyard for the Threshold and Cabal Ritual, so that's going to add him 5 mana. You're going to see that die tick up.
So yep, pretty much the same sequence we saw last turn. Search for likely going for Past in Flames again, and just recast everything.
You see the Infernal Tutor, he breaks the Lion's Eye Diamond with that on the stack. Yet again, he's going to add some mana. You see the 2 dies representing the mana that he does have floating. Black for 1, probably red for the other one, but we'll find out for sure in just a moment here, as he already bypassed Ad Nauseam, so he's going to search for Past in Flames. He's going to do this. Looks like he has 2 black mana floating. You see the Storm count rising. And of course, he does have all those rituals, those Gataxian Probes in his graveyard as well. Caleb's going to make him finish him off, as he should.
Might as well.
Yeah. But Adam said, don't worry, this won't take too long. Not my first time doing this.
This is my first rodeo.
Yeah, a lot of people on Magic Online make me go through it, buddy, so I don't mind.
Caleb's just shaking his head right here.
Yeah, so you're going to see Inferno Tutor again, hellbent, no cards in his hand, didn't cantrip those Cataxian Probes, plenty of mana. Adam sequencing everything correctly, dies are going to hold steady, and we're going to see him search for Tendrils of Agony, a handshake, and a winner. Adam Prosak wins 2-0, playing Ad Nauseam Tendrils, defeats Caleb Durward, playing Combo Elves to move on to 8-2.
Why wouldn't you play Ant? What a fantastic deck.
Yeah. I mean, it is certainly powerful when the person playing it knows how to. That is one. It's just one of the scariest things. And it's kind of funny in Magic too, because if you follow this circuit or you follow Legacy a little bit, you kind of know the people who identify with Ant. Ari Lax has played a lot of Storm. Adam Prosak plays Ad Nauseam Tendrils now, and it's just like when you're playing Legacy, you're just like, ugh. If I'm playing a Storm, how about just not these guys? If like a random person I sit down and playing Storm, I'm gonna feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
But like if my Storm matchup was like close or something, and it's like, I'm playing against Prosak playing Storm, it's just like heart sinks. Rather not play against you playing Storm, because like you know how to operate your deck, and you don't have to think about these like difficult decisions. Maybe you goof with like the mana or something, and the cards you keep with the Brainstorm and Ponder. It's just not gonna happen over there.
Yeah, and the other thing is you really don't want to have to play against. Yeah, you really just don't want to have to play against Ant.
Yeah.
In general, whether or not they're good or bad, you don't want to have to play against it.